Morning, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast of our special meeting this April 21st, Thursday at 10 a.m., which all council members are present, along with our Director of Public Works, Nick Mavrias, and our legal clerk. This meeting will be posted to our website for everybody to view, and it is really housekeeping, moving a project forward. It's not a very well, I'm excited about it, but it all depends on what you call exciting. So I will officially open the meeting, and I'll just say a few words before we adopt the agenda. As per our public meeting last week, which was open to the public, we did pass a motion for a bylaw, and again, I spoke publicly that we would be holding this special meeting in order to move the project forward. It was indicated on our PTI as an important major project, and it was clearly indicated on that PTI that we would be handling the financing through a borrowing bylaw. So without going into more detail, I would ask Councillor Lowenstein to adopt the agenda.
Je propose d'adopter l'ordre du jour de la séance extraordinaire du conseil municipal du 21 avril 2122.
Parfait, merci. Et pour appuyer? Merci, conseillère de Sada, tout en faveur? Parfait, merci. Donc, le seul item sur l'agenda aujourd'hui, c'est l'adoption de règlement 1079 ordonnant des travaux de refaction des rues Lakeview et Sunny Acres en décréant une dépense et une empreinte de 3,53 millions de dollars. The adoption of bylaw 1079 ordering to carry out the rehabilitation work of Lakeview and Sunny Acres and authorizing an expenditure and a loan of $3.53 million. I will say that this borrowing bylaw has been available and continues to be available on our website under the finance section under bylaws 1079, including in that borrowing bylaw. You will find on the very last page a summary, Annex A, which breaks down the key elements. Again, this is just the borrowing bylaw. The final numbers, you'll have to wait until the project goes for tender. So I would like to mention the following, that the purpose of this bylaw is to order to carry out the rehabilitation work of Lakeview and Sunny Acres streets and to authorize an expenditure and a loan of $3.53 million. The scope of the work concerns Lakeview and Sunny Acres. The cost of the loan is in the amount of $3.53 million for a period of 20 years on all taxable properties located in the municipality. The repayment of the loan is entirely borne by the owners of movables in the entire territory of the municipality. I mentioned that no amendments regarding the substance of the bylaw were made between the draft bylaw and the version submitted today for adoption. Minor changes were made to the dates of the meetings. I will just repeat it in French and then I will pass the floor to Councillor Drouin. Je déclare les informations suivantes. L'objet de le règlement est d'ordonner des travaux de voirie pour la refaction des rues Lakeview et Sunny Acres et décréter une dépense et une empreinte de 3,53 millions de dollars. La portée des travaux vise les rues Lakeview et Sunny Acres. Le coût de l'empreinte se chiffre au montant de 3,53 millions de dollars pour une durée de 20 ans sur tous les immeubles imposables situés dans la municipalité. Le remboursement de l'empreinte est entièrement supporté par les propriétaires d'immeubles et de l'ensemble de la territoire municipalité. Je mentionne qu'aucun changement concernant la substance de règlement n'a été porté entre le projet de règlement et la version soumise pour adoption. Des modifications mineures quant aux dates de séance ont été faites. So, Councillor Drouin.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So whereas the regular council meeting of April 12th, 2022, Councillor Chartrand gave notice of the intention to submit for adoption at a subsequent meeting of this council bylaw number 1079, ordering to carry out the rehabilitation work of Lakeview and Sunny Acres Street and authorizing an expenditure and loan of $3,530,000, and the draft bylaw was filed at that same meeting. I move that bylaw number 1079, ordering to carry out the rehabilitation work of Lakeview and Sunny Acre Street and authorizing an expenditure and loan of $3,530,000 be adopted.
Thank you, Councillor Joanne. Second, please.
I second that.
Thank you, Councillor Gruber. All in favor?
Yep.
Unanimous. Thank you very much. So prochainement, c'est la période de questions. And next is the question period. We had one lovely resident who came to join us and read the agenda and said she thought it was lovely and decided that she would walk back home. So we have no members of the audience with us today. We did receive some questions via email through our town clerk, so I'll just go over those questions. I will take the opportunity to say that the questions today are to deal solely with this item that is on the agenda, which is regarding the financing of these two projects. However, given that this is a recorded session and there's no interaction between us and the public, I will take the opportunity to just mention the questions that we received. Some will be deferred to the next public meeting. So we did receive a question from E. Hammer regarding bike paths for Lakeshore Road. So that will be kept with the town clerk and deferred to our regular public meeting. The next question that we received, la deuxième question, ça vient de Monica Schweitzer. Her question is, the 10 a.m. times special meeting, ask your question, the 10 a.m. time slot, or is it 12? Do you agree that the time slot automatically excludes many citizens? So, Mrs. Schweitzer, even though it's not directly, your question is not directly related to the item, which is the borrowing bylaw, I will take an opportunity to answer your question. And I will share this with all of council. We voted unanimous to move this meeting and to keep this project on track. Special meetings are certainly not taken lightly. We know that the public likes to attend and participate. And for this project, there will be opportunities, as you will hear about, to do so. So please note that I thank you for your question, and please note that we very rarely hold special meetings because we do want the participation. So thanks for taking the opportunity to write to us. La troisième question qu'on a reçue, ça vient de Madame Shannon sur le rue Lombardy, mais encore la question, c'est concernant des règlements sur la sécurité des piscines privées. So it's regarding Quebec security measures for residential pools. So that question will be deferred. The next question we received, the fourth question, is from Mr. Gertson at 28 Sunny Acres. And his question, again, is regarding the scope of this project. So I will read out his question. Will residents of Sunny Acres and Lakeview be advised of what the project will entail, the timelines, and working hours? Our area of Sunny Acres has seen numerous projects going on for the last years, multiple demolitions and renovation products, including extensive work. The amount of construction noise ruining so very many quiet summer days is frustrating and exhausting. So thank you for your question. I will defer the question over to Nicholas Mavria, who is acting as our Director General for this week, among his other responsibilities.
Yeah, so there will be a summary of the project put on the website shortly. We're not at the stage to know the entire scope as of yet. We're still in the planning stages with the engineering firm. We're at 70% of the construction plans ready. With regards to communicating with the residents, the affected residents will all be invited, as we did with the Lakeshore project. The affected residents will all be invited to a consultation meeting with the town. The supervising engineering firm will also be present, at which point the full scope of the project will be presented to the residents. And they can bring any questions and any concerns that they have, specifically if they have particular issues with their household, walkway, driveway, etc. Those can be brought forward and answered at that time. And then the last part of your question regarding working on the weekends and the infrastructure projects, we never authorize weekend work unless it is by emergency only. An emergency would mean something like a water break or some flooding or construction fences came down because of a storm. It's never planned work on the weekends.
Thank you very much. Then we have our final question on this topic is from Mr. Brian Manning at 28 Lakeview. The subject is, what are the exact details of this and scope of the project. So where are the exact details and complete scope of this Lakeview Sunny Acres project located? Why were affected residents not individually advised of the full extent of these projects while in the planning stage? So the first part of the question is where are the exact details of the scope of the project? And secondly, regarding residents being advised. So again, I will refer the question to administration and Nick Mavrias.
So at the risk of repeating myself, the exact details were not at that point yet. There will be a summary of the project posted shortly on the website. And again, all affected residents will be invited to a public consultation meeting where the full scope of the project will be presented and they can bring forward their questions and concerns with the supervising engineer and members of the administration.
Thank you. So just to add to that, Mr. Manning, and thank you for the complete response. Similar to what happened last year with the Lakeshore and 40 service road, there are many steps to a project. This is the exact same process that we did for that project. The first public step like this is to go out and to secure the financing. Once that's done, the next steps will come to fruition, and that's part of project management. So there will be consultation, there will be a presentation given to citizens as we have that information. And as I've mentioned to you, there is a project development section, and as information is ready, it will be put onto the website for citizens who would like to follow it more closely. In the meantime, you can refer to Bylaw 1079, which does give a summary estimate of the work planned. So that was the last question we received. I will remind residents that this meeting is recorded and will be posted on the website. For anyone who has additional questions, I would ask if your questions are regarding the financing of this project, which is the purpose of today's meeting. Please send your question after you've seen this viewing to the clerk, and we will be sure to get back to you with an answer. If your question pertains to the actual scope of the project, please note that now is not the time to bring that question forward because it's not part of this meeting. But as I have mentioned and as administration has mentioned, those residents will be advised as work continues. So then that brings us to the last section, which is.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, I'm sorry.
maybe we could ask the greffier if she's received any new emails of any new questions during the period of the meeting.
This is recorded only, it's not live. So the questions, like I said, after you've seen this this video recording, if you have a question, because this is not an interactive session, you may write your question pertaining to the financing of this project to the greffier and you will be answered.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. So now we move to the final, I'm levé de la séance, the closing of the meeting, please.
So given that, thank you very much. And I propose to close the special meeting at 10:14.
Thank you very much, Councillor Groomer. And is there somebody who would second, please? Thank you, Councillor Chartrand. All in favor? Yep. Wonderful. Unanimous, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.